2, 1. Welcome everybody to the entire Think Tank, where today I'm joined by my two co-hosts. Go ahead and introduce yourself, lads.
Hey, my name is Ryan McIngram. I am now deaf in one ear thanks to that, but, you know, we do what we need to do.
And I am Justin. And Ian, that was quite manly of you. That was very Monster Truck-esque.
Thank you very much. I've been told my entire life I'm a peak male specimen, which is why today we're going to be discussing some spooky things, gentlemen. Things only men can handle. If you're a woman, get out of the podcast because I don't want you fainting.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We here at the Anti-Think Tank really like men. We're
I mean,
all greased up and sweaty. Real manly action
nothing.
here at the Anti-Think Tank.
Wearing nothing but a top hat. All right, cut all of this out.
No, it's all saying it.
No.
My episode's been going for
I think I
literally like
threw
20
off-
seconds, and we've already talked about greasy top hat wearing
Ian
naked
off
men.
way too far. Alright, well, go on. What were you gonna say, host?
We're in spooky season. It's October, and today I would like to start off with a very simple question, gentlemen. A very simple question. What is your favorite horror movie, and why? Why should other people watch it? Justin, you're not allowed to say anything by George Romero. Go.
Fuck you. No, that's bullshit.
I don't give a damn. My show. Go on.
Ryan, you go first. I gotta think about it.
Off the top of my head, I want to say, actually, it's not really. It's more of an action sequel to the original Alien, but Aliens was going to be the first thing that came to mind. But I guess the best one that can go off the top of my head is Hereditary. I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. Pretty much a modern classic at this point. Other than that, I can't really go too deep into why I think people should watch it, because it's so... Like, you reveal one thing, you accidentally reveal, like, the whole fucking thing about it. So, like, if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Hereditary, you're a big fan of horror, it'll disturb you deeply, but go ahead. Other than that, I guess The Thing. The original... Not the original, but, like, you know, the second one that was made that's very, very famous.
The remake from John Carpenter.
Yeah, the John Carpenter version.
Yeah.
Special effects are top tier, especially for the era. They hold up today. The paranoia throughout the entire film and the ending, I think, is just perfect. I think I bought you enough time, Justin.
All right. Since I can't pick one from my favorite director, fuck you, Ryan. Fuck you, Ian.
What the
No,
fuck?
no, right. No. Keep with the first thing you said. You just auto-corrected to F you, Ryan.
Like,
Sorry.
Your brain is just so wired to saying, go fuck yourself, right? Like, what did I do?
No, listen. Earlier I said I was trying to say your name, Ryan. That said Ian by accident. Anyway, moving on. It's like having kids. Anyway, all right, so the first thing that pops in my mind is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh,
The
never seen it.
So you should. You definitely should. It's a very old film. I want to say it's the early 1960s. I could be wrong. Someone could correct me. Please do if I am. Anyway, it's a film, of course, about this group of scientists trying to find the missing link between sea creatures and humankind. And, of course, that creature is the creature from Black Lagoon, also called Gilman. And it has some tropes.
Had no idea.
It has some tropes from, like, King Kong, like the monster falls in love with a girl, that kind of shit. But the black and white style really fits this film perfectly, in my opinion. Like, it shouldn't, because everything's daytime. You know, it would make more sense for that kind of film to be like Dracula or whatever, but I think it does really well for this film. And honestly, like, when you read a lot of behind the scenes of the film, it's actually quite impressive, especially how long the swimmer actor for the creature had to be underwater. Like, the time that he had to hold his breath under the water was quite incredible.
Like a borderline dangerous amount of time.
Pretty much, yeah.
I like whenever movies back in those days didn't have, like, the safety requirements. And so you had stories about, like... So, yeah, instead of having, like, 5-minute shoots or some shit like that, just wear this heavy, heavy suit that could keep you under the water and just sit under there for, like, 10 minutes. And then whenever, like, you'll see me wave a flag through the water, and I want you to just like stick your head out of it, and we'll see if you're still breathing after that.
Like movie shoots back in the day were absolutely insane.
I forgot to mention too, back in the day, that film was the very first, or one of the very first films to be filmed in 3D.
Ooh, cool.
And like, if you see behind the scenes photos of this 3D camera going under the water, it's like this massive, like almost submersible kind of thing. It's massive. It has 2 different cameras in it.
That's awesome.
The guy who piloted it had like a Logitech in his hand or some shit.
No, they had at least a PS3 controller. They had at least that. Name brand.
Bro, movie shoots back in the day were so dangerous. Like, you can find lists of terrible things that have happened to actors on movies. Like, back in the 30s when they were still figuring this shit out, if the director wanted a scene in which there was a mass shooting, there was gonna be a mass shooting.
That's fucked up. All right.
Like, all right,
there was-
guys,
there was-
remember, no Russian. They just go into the actual airport with a machine gun.
And then he just records it like, yes, for the art, for the art.
Do you guys still know what the...
trying to crawl away on the left side. Make sure you aim for the chest. Center mass, everybody.
This is really fucked.
Bro, I mean, it's true. Look at all the terrible things that happened to people while recording movies back in the day. They would just maim themselves for entertainment. It was literally just like Roman gladiator coliseums, but filmed.
But do you know what the number one dangerous film of all time was to make?
What would that be?
The Wizard of Oz.
Really? Oh yeah, no. The actor who played Dorothy, like, she killed herself not soon after the movie was done, I think, or maybe like 10 years later or so.
But I'm talking like actually filming on the show, on the set though. Like for instance, the actor who played Tin Man was not the original actor. The first actor, they sprayed the little tin paint on his face and whatever, and it accidentally got in his lungs, and he had to go in the hospital for fucking months, and he didn't get out until the movie got released.
I see we've seen the same documentary on YouTube.
Yeah, and also the fucking I'm sure everybody knows this by now, but the snow scene was actual asbestos.
That's so insane.
Damn.
It's fucking crazy.
I'm like, one day we're all gonna be like leaned back, and I'm gonna be like showing my child The Wizard of Oz, and anytime that there's a singing scene, I'm gonna have to fight these factoids you people give me. Like, so yeah, you wouldn't actually want to be there because they just gave them all cancer.
Wait,
No.
wait a second. I just wait, just real quick. I just realized something. You could turn any movie into a horror movie by just watching an old like 20s movie with your kid and being like, "Hey, look at that, honey. All those people are dead. Everyone on
Friends
screen now is
laugh
dead.
track is just the souls of the damned.
spooky."
But you know what the worst thing about the Wizard of Oz thing though is, you guys heard about the Munchkin that hung himself, right?
Yeah, I think that was faked though. Like, I don't think that was the actual thing.
Was it though?
I remember reading something about it that it's like a very well known, like, just faked thing. Like, it never actually happened.
Well, I mean, from what I could understand was, the theory goes that, you know, on the original VHS copies and the original film itself back in the 30s, like, it had that scene where the Munchkin was hanging. But, like, in the more modern renditions, they replaced where the Munchkin was with, like, this big, giant-ass fucking bird. Like, why would you put a bird there if you didn't need it?
Revisionist.
Like, all I know is that, like, looking through articles and such, that the Munchkin was just never there. Though, admittedly, I did believe it for a little while, just simply out of the fact that I would find it a little bit funny that going through the editing process, somebody would have had to seen and approved that.
Right?
That's a good point.
That's just one dwarf, like, one midget won't hurt anybody. Just get the product out. We got a deadline to get.
Half the actors are already dead from poisoning. It'll be fine.
At the very
Like,
least, though...
think about it this way. Like, not only would they have seen it in editing, but somebody on set would have probably found the fucking midget that would have hung himself to make that fucking blooper anyway. Like, so they would have known throughout the whole process that
That's a good
somebody
point.
had hung themselves and was in camera view. Like,
Well, at the very least, though, we do know this for a fact. Like, this is actually reported that the Munchkins were treated like shit on set.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they just say they saw him hanging and like fuck him.
That's so terrible.
Just the image of in my head of like the happy, like the good witch of the north or whatever it was, just talking like, "Oh, Dorothy, don't worry. You only just killed one of the bad people. Now take her shoes and off to Oz." The camera cuts. "All right, ma'am. Like, what do you want to do next?" "Get away from me, you stupid little fuck!" And just kicks him.
You exist to bring me my lattes. I also wait. I did want to say just right quick. Ryan, earlier did you say that the laughing on old like TV shows is the souls of the damned?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it's actually like
Every
the
single-
third ring. You fuck up
You
enough,
go through
enough
all
they
of
just
hell.
put you in the Friends laugh track for eternity.
You just have to laugh at all the terrible jokes on Big Bang Theory for the rest of your life.
Like, for the next 10 billion years, you get, like, 30 bazingas an hour. I'd jump into the lake of fire myself. Like,
What would be the worst show to get your soul stuck on as a constant laugh track?
we already said fucking Big Bang Theory. I hate that show so much.
But what about 2.5 Men? It's arguably worse.
Excuse me?
I've never even tried watching 2.5 Men, so I don't know.
It's awful. I don't know if you ever heard of Charlie Sheen, but he's one of the least likable human beings I've ever seen.
All I know about the Big Bang Theory is that it's, like, nerd culture for people who don't understand what nerd culture actually is. So you have just one incredibly autistic man going Burzomble, and then there's a fucking laugh track for 30, like, the next 3 minutes.
Burzomble!
And everybody just has to act like it was a...
Bro, I
You're
wanna hang
part
out
of
with
the
someone who
fucking
says
problem, aren't
Burzomble.
you?
It's funny!
Fucking.
You actually laughed at that. You need to die. Get in the fucking lake
It
of
makes
fire.
it made air escape my lungs. Burzomble!
Shame on you, dude.
What do you want from me?
I want you to die now. Go join the
Well, I wanna
Friends laugh track.
God damn it.
I want new co-hosts. We're moving to the next question.
Okay.
Can't stand either of you. All right. I would like for both of you to answer me a quick question. What would you say the distinction is between a horror film and a thriller? Because a lot of people consider Psycho to be a horror film. I know my dad doesn't. I know people who consider it to just be a thriller. Some people say Jaws is a horror film. Some say it's not. What do you have to be a horror film? Because my dad says you have to have a supernatural aspect. I would like to get you guys' take.
I think that it has to have a supernatural aspect is dumb because, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like any slasher film, like, you obviously don't need a supernatural aspect to be scary. Like, Coming Home in the Dark is one of those terrifying films I've ever seen, and it has zero things to do with anything supernatural. When it comes to, like, thriller versus horror, I think they can be easily mixed up. But I think if the intention of the film is to scare you in some sort of way, it classifies in some way as a horror movie. Whereas a thriller could be like anywhere from Silence of the Lambs, which would be like in the horror category, to just like another sort of drama show that's made to keep you on the edge of your seat but doesn't use horror elements at all.
So what about Silence of the Lambs then?
Yeah, like I said, it would be, like, Silence of the Lambs would be a horror movie, but it would be a horror-thriller. Like, it's made with both genres in mind. Like, it is a horror movie, but it is primarily in the thriller category. This would be like a thriller-horror, where it's a thriller that uses horror. But, like, trying to just, like,
makes sense to me.
subcategorize every movie doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I really don't care about like genre distinctions all that much myself. I just specifically wanted to ask that thing about the horror movies because it seems like it's just interesting to talk about.
You just wanted to roast your dad for saying that it has to that horror movies have to have supernatural beings in them, didn't you?
No, like I needed for my dad to know how goofy his opinion was.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what this whole segment is. It's just you trying to roast your dad.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Ian's dad. I do apologize.
I could have him walk in right now and have you guys both roast him. In fact, hey, Dad. I'm joking. He's not home yet.
I got scared there for a minute. I'm not
He
gonna
just,
lie.
Here
he
from
just
behind.
gets in here.
Just
He
here
just
from
gets in here and
behind
sits
E.
down.
Just hears from behind E. Hello. I hear you're the two young men who talked to my son and recorded.
My dad
You're
doesn't
so
sound like
nice
that.
and-
Really, Ryan, his dad doesn't sound like that at all.
I've never met his father. I don't fucking know.
Do you think
He's
all
my father,
do you think
not my
all dads sound like
grandfather.
that?
Look, dude, both of our dads are dead. I don't really know have like a very wide thing to pull from here. I've never met his. The other two are gone. It's not like an interview I can do.
I didn't mean for it to go in this direction. I'm so sorry. See, now I do kind of want to get my dad to come home and just say something into the mic so you can know that he doesn't sound like this.
Can I tell a very
All
scary
right.
joke real quick?
Go ahead.
With Ryan mentioning that, yeah, both of our dads are dead. I do this thing in my house now, and my girlfriend kind of goes along with it, where if anything weird happens in the house, like if something falls off a shelf or a door closes on its own or whatever, the first thing we go is, Dad?
No, you did that at Arby's too. You would do that at Arby's, like something would fall, and I would hear you. You would go over the intercom, Dad. I was like, Justin, I don't know if it is.
The first time I did that with my girlfriend, I shit you not, like, I think something had fallen off the shelf. I think it was like a picture frame, whatever, and it kind of hit the floor. It didn't crack or nothing, but I just went, Dad? And, like, she could not hold in her laugh. Like, she laughed so fucking hard.
Cause like it's, I mean, you know, as long as it does kind of make me a little bit disturbed to know that we could have been doing the spicy noodle challenge, and Papa was just in the corner laughing at us for torturing ourselves for views.
God fucking damn it, Ian.
Get rid of the name then. Censor the name. I don't care. Your name is too fun to say. Your last name is too fun to say. You know what?
For anyone listening, for anyone listening for the past couple of episodes, whenever Ian says like brother quietness or Justin quietness, he's saying my last fucking name, and I don't want that out there.
It's fun to say.
I didn't say your
Have
last
fun
name.
censoring it.
I didn't say your last name. I said, "Oh, I'm
What?
so sorry, Mr. Ian's dad."
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I hope
They
you have a
already
lot of fun
know.
censoring all that.
They already know your last name. They're actually coming to your address right now.
All the Vosh fans.
Wait, whose address is? His or mine? Wait, no, don't mention them. We don't
Both?
need to associate with the Bosch fans.
No. No. We just need to. Like, we don't even mention him beyond this quick conversation. We just throw his name in the title.
The episode
come
title is
crawling
just Vosh,
back.
Vosh, and Vosh. They come back. Why are you guys talking about him like that? He didn't do nothing to you. They ju- Shit. Okay, they came in and beat my ass briefly, but I'm fine.
I'm fine. I have a gun.
All right,
they're
on to the
back!
next topic. Let's go.
Okay. All right, I got a few Andrew Tate fans outside. You'll have to wait your turn. My ass already got beat. Wait a few minutes. I'm raw. All right. Next topic, gents. We've got. Okay, this is the one that like inspired me to do the episode. I, for the majority of my life, I would say from like the age of conception, so like I guess -1, -0 until the time that I was like 20 years old, I thought paranormal activities were a bunch of hooey, alright? I thought it was all a bit of a joke, a bit of a meme. Everything could be explained away very easily. And in the last year of my life, I have just straight up been haunted. Like, and there is absolutely no way that I can rationalize it to myself that it is anything other than some kind of invisible force in my house just doing things.
Schizophrenia. Moving on.
Alright. Okay, well, moving on then. All right, next topic is
No, do the fucking topic. Do the topic. What was the actual thing you wanted to talk about? Like,
no.
do you
I mean,
want
we
to talk
figured it
about
out.
our experiences or what?
No, we figured it out. I have schizophrenia. But no, okay. So I didn't really believe in any of it. I didn't have any feelings about it one way or the other. I thought it was all just like people make it up for money. And then me and some of my friends, I think maybe you guys were there. I don't know. I was in the woods. I don't know. But I was out there. We were looking for some activity, or not quite the witching hour, but we were out there. And while I was like goofing around the entire time. I could not have been taking it less seriously. And then I said something. I don't even remember what I said, but something like
I
I
I was
guess
there. I remember it
disrespectful?
distinctly. I could.
What I say?
You said, and I quote, like, I like some bullshit had been happening. Like we heard footsteps. Like it was right under a bridge where we went to, and I heard footsteps like kind of like run over to us on this abandoned bridge. And you were like zonked out of your fucking mind, like slowly walking up to a body of water that people had fallen and drowned before. So I just yelled for you to get the fuck back. And then as we were leaving, I said, "Hey, yeah, whoever's here, just like stay. You can't follow us." And then as we're walking away, you just say, "Oh no, you can follow them, just don't follow me." And then it immediately fucking attacked you.
No, the next thing that happened was it felt like the only way I can describe it is anyone listening, like there's that feeling you get when like I don't know, you remember a really terrible memory or like a realization hits you and you like get a weird sinking pit in your stomach. I was just walking along and I got that, but accompanied by like a punch to the ribs, and I legitimately like fell to the ground. I spent the next like 2 weeks gaslighting myself into believing that it was just psychosis and that like I had just like fooled myself. And then over the course of the last year, because it's been almost exactly a year since we did that, correct?
Yeah, the fucking ghost of a Vouch fan traveled back in time to kick your ass, dude. They fucking knew. They knew where you would end up.
Bro, it's been terrible. It has been so freaky and weird and creepy, and I'm not fooling myself. It's just like, okay, over the course of the last year, let me just mention a couple. There's the obvious stuff, weird knocks at the front door. That's how it started. Weird like things walking. I have a good view of the window while I'm watching TV in the living room, and there's just things walking by it, black shadows walking by it all the time. Not bikes driving by, not cars driving by that cast shadows. I love people. I know people love to say that. It's just something walking by the window. I go and check. There's nothing there. Eventually, that stopped around I would say March, and now it's in the house. Everyone in my family has seen it. Even my dad, who doesn't believe in ghosts, has admitted that there is just something he cannot explain. While we are sitting in the living room, there is one place. There's just something walking out of the hall and into the living room, out of the corner of our eye, for maybe a half a second. Then you look and there's nothing there. Everyone who is in this house, even my friends who come over and sleep in the living room, have seen it. It's not a shadow or a trick of the light. It is just a human-looking black thing that walks in there. It stopped doing that, and around July, it started coming out of the pantry. It's not me, everyone I know who's been in this house and lives in this house has said the exact same thing. In the last couple of months, it's gotten even weirder. I left my guitar in my room and then went over to the den, and it strummed a G chord. I am not kidding. My guitar was on the ground. It was not leaning up against the wall or anything. It just strummed. My guitar fully strummed a legible chord. I walked back in, nothing was in here. And the last thing that's happened was it just threw a COVID mask in the toilet. We haven't had a mask in this house in a decent bit. I haven't worn a mask in a while for my job, and I just walked into the restroom, used it, walked out, walked back in like 2 hours later, and there was a mask in the toilet.
Can't wait for it to get clipped out when you just describe it as a humanoid black thing coming into your living room.
Stop! No. I think you were holding on to that for a while. It was black. Wait, give me a minute. You know what I mean. It cannot be offensive to just use the color. I mean, never mind.
He just gives up on it.
You guys have, like, I just basically told you I'm living in a house of horrors, and you were like, huh, it's funny because he said something we can take out of context and cancel him.
Listen. The guitar thing,
mean, the other
easily
part is the-
explainable, okay? The guitar is on the ground, it's tuned to open G, and a cockroach just goes across it.
Are you kidding me?
A fucking
Oh, what-
roach? Like, your explanation is a roach. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
No, because I see like TikToks of this shit too. Like a guitar will be sitting in the corner and they'll hear like strumming and they'll record it and be like, "What the fuck is that?" And then they'll go close to it and it's a cockroach on the fucking strings.
Dude, I can imagine I just walk into my room and there's a hamster like holding the guitar. Today is gonna be the day when they're gonna throw it back to you. By now. Should realize that to throw your life into. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Yeah, so my
That's
house
the
is
new
haunted. You
meme
guys
is,
aren't taking it seriously. I forgot. What?
We need to do an extra bit section where we just go over to your house and like see what the fuck it is.
Dude, yes, I like you guys. I get I'm totally down with that. I want to do the extra bits thing that shenanigan that you said. I definitely want you guys to do that because I can tell that Justin is not a believer right now. So I need him to see what we see because I know. Because Ryan, you already like you're taking what I'm saying at least like relatively serious, right?
Yeah, because I have like similar issues around my house.
Justin doesn't believe them?
all the way down my back. I mean, I've sent. I think you like Justin somewhat believes at the very least somewhat some of the shit at my house. I don't know to what extent.
Like a good example of this is like I've had a few ghost encounters, I guess, and I'm not joking. I legit feel like it's my dad. And
Okay.
especially there's one time especially where I was at my house and I was just kind of doing my own thing and I was feeling kind of emotional. You know, I was missing him. You know, it only been like a year since he had passed at this point. And then out of nowhere, I feel like a hand on my shoulder kind of like give me a pat and kind of calm me down and whatnot. And if you know my dad, he had like these really big hands and he had this really tight grip. Like he was too good for his own strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the rubbing on my shoulder felt painful, similar to how my dad used to do it.
I'm sorry, Justin. I couldn't hold it. The way you were describing your father is that you remember him for his big hands and strong grip. Do you need to talk?
Shut the fuck! What the? Why? Why did he have to go
Ryan!
there?
Ryan!
That's just the way you that's just the way he described it. I'm sorry.
No,
I love how
no,
I was
Justin,
talking all kinds
you
of
are
shit about Ian's ghost stories, and then all of a sudden with fucking Ryan here, I told my ghost story, and he's like he's contorting my story like I was being abused.
No, I know what you were trying to say, Justin, and I definitely I validate your feelings. I know what you're talking about.
I believe you. I'm just sad I couldn't keep it together with how we were fucking describing it. I was just like, oh no.
Yes, right. I touched my ghost dad. All right, you cool with that now? You happy with that?
Yeah, it's good. Admitting it is the first step to recovery.
Okay, okay, I definitely we need to do a shenanigan where we actually why don't we make it a 3-part episode where we go into all 3 houses, like so we spend the night in all 3 houses and see what we can see, like a 3-part shenanigan.
We'll see. I don't want to like my shit's violent, so I really don't want to stir it up. Is the way that I'll say it.
You said you get scratches on your back?
All around my fucking body. One like 3 scratch marks here, 3 scratch marks there. There was a 6 that was like cutting me. I can probably send a picture of the 6. It's like on like the middle section of my back. I've had like a fire start in my room before. Like fucking crazy shit.
Good lord, you got any scratches on your on your like upper thigh or anything? You know, like around your like never mind.
You want to know if I have any cock scratches? Like, I've never had them before, but now that you've given it the idea, I'm worried.
Because I'm just saying that if you have any night scratches from
I'll
around
tell
there,
you what,
if you have any scratches from around there, it's me.
yeah, I tell you what, Ian. If I get any cock scratches, I'll take photographic evidence and send them to your mother.
No! Just imagine you do it within the next 10 minutes. We're doing the podcast and I just hear from the other room, "Ah, what is this?"
Why the fuck did this whole topic turn into like bad touch kind of thing?
It happened
Dude.
so quickly.
You're the one who brought up the problem. It's your fault.
You know what? Can I tell? Okay, you know what? I can't think of another time to tell this story on the podcast. So, am I allowed to tell the Courage or the King Ramses story right now?
Sure.
Yeah, fuck it. It's Ian's episode. He said sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it fits well because it's spooky, you know, and everyone who watches Courage the Cowardly Dog knows that it's a very scary show, you know. So I've told the story on like a few YouTube comments and on a Reddit post one time, but I need it immortalized on this podcast. All right. So
Yes, sir.
this falls in very well with the bad touch thing too. Anyway, so I think the King Ramses episode came out when I was about maybe 3 or 4 years old. Which, if anyone listening doesn't remember that episode, it's the Egyptian god that is trying to get his slab back from Augustus, all that kind of shit. Return the slab, that kind of thing. Anyway, that episode scared the fuck out of me as a child. Like, scared the shit out of me. Like, I would have, like, night terrors thinking that he's in my room. Like, that is how badly this fucker scared me. Anyway, around this time, I am in preschool. And for a long period of time, I would not go to the bathroom because I would say, and I quote, "The bad man is in there. He might be in there."
Okay.
And I kid you not.
Justin, wait, Justin, Justin, did you get a teacher fired? Did you get a teacher fired?
No, hold on. Let me finish. So, okay. All of this I'm about to tell you right now is just my adult self looking back on it. But I remember being put into this like counselor's room at the preschool. And they sat me down and they go, "Okay, Justin, we've been hearing a lot about the bad man. Could you describe him for me, please?" And I'm trying to describe King Ramses the best that I can. And she's drawing him on a piece of fucking paper.
Yo, wait. For the YouTube audience, can you put a picture of King Ramses from the episode on the screen?
I'll do it right now. And she had to draw that. And I'm describing it as I could. And like I would like argue with her because she tried to draw feet on him, even though he doesn't have feet. And I try to describe his hair, and his hair is like 3 strands of whatever the fuck. And she's like, "Where'd you see this man?" I was like, "I saw that on the show, on The Courage. I saw it on the show." And she just looked at me with this disappointed look at her face. She goes, "Go back to class."
Why was she disappointed? Damn, this kid wasn't molested.
No, I think my favorite part is that for a brief 10-second period, there was a time in which she thought that you had gotten taken advantage of by a almost bald, footless, homeless man.
And I'm caught up with the fact that she was disappointed and then just like go back to class.
I think she got disappointed.
God damn it! I thought I actually had one who got it like touched. He was playing Cave Explorer with his uncle.
I thought we could get him on a show. I thought we could get this school on a TV show.
I look back on that story.
I was gonna be a hero.
I look back at that story with such happy memories because, like, she was so disappointed.
That's great, dude.
Put up the artistic rendition of like what her face looked like right here.
I'll put a meme.
MS Paint drawing.
Disappointment.
Just the Mike Wazowski fucking 2 eyes staring forward meme. This
Bro,
child wasn't touched. Send it back.
Send him back. Oh
It
my
was
god.
just
Okay,
like-
that
We
was
need
pretty
another.
great, Justin.
All right, moving on, boys.
Oh my god. This one isn't nearly as entertaining, but it can be told in like a 20th of the time. You guys seen the original Scooby-Doo show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do either of you gentlemen remember a monster called the Phantom Shadow?
Absolutely.
Not really. It's been quite some time, but go on.
Oh, I got you. It was an episode where they were in like this big mansion they were like Shaggy was a removed cousin, and so he was like up to get some inheritance, and there were these like shadows, and they were like ghosts, but they would crawl along the walls, and they would have that unbelievably creepy laugh, like the wah, wah. And
Did they have like chains on them too?
Yes, they had rattling chains, yeah. Okay,
I
when I
remember
tell
what they
you
look like, yeah.
when I tell you that it's part of my character development that like they are part of me now. Every time I would watch that episode, it would terrify me to an unbelievable degree. I'm talking screaming, crying. If it was on in the morning before I went to school, I would be in such a weird mood all day. And it's carried over for the rest of my life because there's a scene in which Scooby is laying up against a shower, and one of the Phantom Shadows like has the back of the shower fall out, and then he grabs him and pulls him down into a secret catacomb. And now I can't put my back against a shower while I'm having it. I can't even look or touch the wall, even to this day.
What's it called?
It's like for a shenanigan, I'm making you guys watch that episode. Tell me it's not terrifying, and I'll give you a butterscotch if you really don't think it's scary.
I mean, I wouldn't because I'm 24 right now, but like I guess my childhood movie trauma story. Justin, were you one of the fucking people that went with the class down to that circus back in like I think second, maybe third grade?
Oh,
Anyway,
the Reeling Brothers.
yeah, like
Yeah.
one of the school took that trip. Yeah, the night before we had that, I was talking with my dad about it, and he's like, "Oh, I know what I'll show him. Stephen King's It."
Oh no.
Oh,
And he sat me down the day before we go to the Ringling Brothers, which has a shit ton of clowns, and has me watch through the entire It miniseries. And then just before I go to sleep, he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow I won't be there. They're gonna get you," and then shuts the door.
Your dad sounds
that
pretty
is
cool.
cruel.
That
And
is
the
I
opposite
remember
reaction.
very distinctly. I remember very distinctly the next day, like a clown coming up to me and like he was like reaching in, like handing me a balloon and smiling, probably thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this kid's day better." And when he smiled, he had that like fucked up cocaine/methamphetamine smile that you know a lot of clowns probably have. And the only thing, like, I just saw the yellow and I just remembered Tim Curry's fucking jagged ass teeth coming towards the camera whenever he got the kid at the beginning of the fucking movie and just fucking ran.
So that was you.
That is wild.
Yeah. I just screamed and fucking ran.
Because there was a time I remember, like, I sat next to another kid. I forgot who it was, but like we had like heard rumors that one of the kids ran away from the clowns, and everybody was making fun of him. And I had no idea who the kid was. Like I didn't see no one crying. I didn't see no one
Yeah, no.
screaming.
No, I ran for the fucking clowns because my dad sat me down and was like, "Hey kid, love you, sport. Here, get traumatized."
Okay, wait. So just to be clear, if we were to get together the Phantom Shadow, King Ramses, and Meth Clown, Ringling Meth Clown, they could be able to destroy us all.
Yeah, they're like our arch enemies and shit. I'm still a bit
they're
fucky
kryptonite.
when it comes to clowns today because of that experience.
I mean, yeah, they're totally creepy.
No, here's the thing, though. My experiences with clowns, like other than the circus, like I've been to parties, that had clowns. I've been to I've been everywhere. Where like I've been to like circuses and whatnot, like regular circuses and whatnot. I have never yet seen a clown that did not have a cigarette,
Just to cope
and
with
like
their
that for me
existence.
breaks the whole immersion. Yeah, that to me breaks the whole immersion. Like I'm not scared of them anymore. They're fucking tired. They're ready to go home.
Pretty much, dude. It's just a day at work, I guess. All right, that was a pretty good, guys. If you are ready, I'm ready to move on to the final topic I got here.
Let's go.
Sure, why not?
All right, so I am the the last person here who hasn't been able to do a game show yet. So I was like, you know what? It's time. The day has come. This is a little different though, because with the way that you guys has worked, there was no like time involved. But in this one, you specifically have to like one person has to answer, and then like the first person to answer wins. So when it's gonna be horror related trivia, not just movies, but got a bunch of questions here. And I guess when you're ready to give the answer, let's see, I guess the first person who says me. Yeah, just like say me when you're ready, and then the first person I hear says he gets to give the answer. Or maybe awooga. How about awooga instead of me?
That sounds good. I could do that.
Sure, why not?
All right, first question, gentlemen. In Hereditary, why does Charlie have an allergic reaction?
Awooga.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, there was nuts in the chocolate cake that she was at the party, and the cult in the movie kind of like wanted her to have the allergic reaction and put it there specifically.
All right, that's a quality answer. That's one for Ryan. Next question. In The Shining, what does Jack type over and over again on his typewriter?
Awooga.
Awooga.
Ryan was like literally a fourth of a second faster, Justin.
All right.
I believe it was all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
All right. Impressive. Next one. The Ring is a remake. The original film was made in what country?
Awooga.
Awooga. Japan.
Go, Ryan.
Japan.
All right. Justin, you gotta bring it home, son.
All right.
What is the name of the director who shot what is the name of the director who shot what is considered to be the worst horror movie of all time, Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Awooga.
Yes, sir.
Was it not Edward D. Wood?
That would be it. Let's go. Woo. All right. In the original Dracula, Bela Lugosi plays the title character. Finish this quote from the film. I never drink blank.
This is your area of expertise, Justin.
I haven't seen Dracula in forever, though. The quote is, "I haven't drank what?"
Right, well,
or "I haven't drank." Is that that's the quote?
I never drink and then a substance. I
Awooga.
never drink something. Yes, Ryan?
Awooga. I
Yes.
never drink lean.
I don't think that's what it is.
Awooga.
I'm fairly confident.
Wait, what was that, Ryan? What was that, Justin?
I said awooga. Fuck. I said awooga to get it out there. Water?
Absolutely not. At the beginning of the film, when being questioned on whether he would like a drink, he says, "I never drink wine."
Oh fuck.
The implication being that he does drink blood. So no one got that one. Next question.
God damn it.
All right, what is the name of the? You'll be fine. What is the narrator of the original Twilight Zone TV show?
Never saw it.
Same for me. I have no idea.
How have neither of you ever seen a single episode of the Twilight Zone?
I've seen like bits and pieces of the William
Awooga,
Shatner
a
episode.
Mossad agent.
I really don't think that that's the right answer, and I think you know that. I think that somewhere deep in your soul, you know that's not the right answer.
This game's rigged.
All right, next question. Name a single Twilight Zone ripoff. Just any similar show.
Awooga. The Outer Limits.
All right, there we go. That's what's up.
Woo!
That's what I wanted. Let's go. Next question. All right. Out of the 4 big slashers, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, and Michael, which one does not have a supernatural element involved in their first film?
Awooga.
Awooga.
Justin?
Michael Myers.
That's gonna be no. At the end of the, I mean, at the end of the movie, he's like laying there, and the implication at the end of the film, even though he wasn't planning on making a sequel, based on what we know from the sequel, he's clearly about to come back to life.
Leatherface.
You see what happens, Justin? You see what happens?
All right.
We talked about it earlier. I said Leatherface specifically earlier when we were talking about thrillers versus horror.
I specifically thought about the Michael thing, and I was like, Justin mentioned a while ago that John Carpenter wasn't planning on making a sequel, so he'll get mad at this, but it'll be fine. There'll be no problem.
Yeah. Oh well. Moving on.
All right. Next one. All right. Name 3 kaijus. Giant Japanese monsters. Name 3 kaijus.
Awooga.
Ryan.
Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah.
Beautiful. All right. What is the actual name of the SpongeBob episode with the #slinging slasher?
Awooga.
Justin.
Is it called Graveyard Shift?
That it is. Let's go. Next question. I often fantasize about locking one of my co-hosts in the attic and reading them Dr. Seuss books. That is not supposed to be in here. One moment.
What the fuck?
All right. Let me just get rid of that. I have no idea how that got there. Okay. Lost my train of thought. Okay.
You have an attic?
Well, I can build one, but that's not important right now. The important thing is, I have 3 favorite horror movies. To win this question, you must rank them from 1, 2, and 3. My favorite, second favorite, and third favorite. If you lose, the next person has a chance to get it. My 3 favorite horror movies are Scream, Cabin in the Woods, and Black Christmas. Rank them from 1 to 3.
Awooga, I guess.
Go on. Yes.
Scream, number 1. Cabin in the Woods, number 2. Black Christmas, number 3.
That is correct.
Holy shit.
Man just activated the forbidden jutsu on that one.
God damn it, Ryan.
That was impressive.
Shut. Fucking Ian just in the. Oh my god.
What? I just feel you enter my brain and open a door and like start moving around the files in there.
You know, the moment Ryan gets it right, like Ian like turns around, looks right behind himself.
I'm
Ryan's
just
just
staring at
standing
the
there
fucking script.
Ryan's just over at my my bookshelf, like combing through all the horror movies I have and finding the 3 horror movies that I actually own. Classic Ryan.
Damn.
Oh, that was good. All right, let's see. We're almost done here. What else I got? Got that. That's done. Already did that one. All right. I do love horror media. As we all know, horror, the scary sensation, can be instituted into people through many different mediums. None of them scare me, except for one. What is that one horror medium that I cannot endure and scares me to the point of freezing? Justin?
Video games.
I simply can't do it.
I know this because I invited you to my house so you can play Murder House. Which,
Yes.
for those who don't know, I did a video on that. I did a video essay on that on my personal channel. And I still have video clips of you playing it, and you are screaming like a little girl. Like, you are screaming so loud that I'm sure the neighbors were like, what the fuck are they doing over there?
It's not.
Hey, man,
it's not
I
like
feel you on that.
I'm not playing it up either. Like I like horror TV shows, books, movies, anything. It does not affect me. I love it, but it doesn't affect me. But in video games where I have to specifically move away from something or towards something, it is disturbingly terrifying.
There's one moment too in those video clips I have, like as you were screaming, you literally pushed my keyboard and mouse away from the desk and you covered your face in your hands.
Because I'm responsible for my own death and it scares me. Or you know what? I don't know if I'm comfortable with the world seeing me at my worst, but damn it, I'll do it for a shenanigan.
You know what? We'll do that. That sounds good to me.
I'm also fucking terrible when it comes to horror video games. Outside of like Phasmophobia because it's like multiplayer and I got used to it. But I'll join you on that adventure and we'll play like Resident Evil Biohazard or some shit. Because I got that installed on my PlayStation, played like an hour and a half and just like never touched it again.
How about Ryan? Why don't you play Murder House?
Never played it, but if you want to fucking play it and record it, I'm completely down for it.
It plays
Wait,
almost
wait.
like it plays almost like Resident Evil, like the classic games. It plays almost like that.
I just figured something out. Why don't I download it onto my laptop and then we go over to Justin's house. I play it in one room, lights off. Ryan plays in one room, lights off. The first person to finish it wins, and then Justin's just going between the people like filming them.
I could probably set up a webcam on my PC in here, and then Ian, I'll just film you with a smartphone or some shit like that.
Justin's just going between us, like fucking with us the whole time.
Just, I'll come up behind Ryan.
It sounds like it could be pretty fun.
Ryan's like so deep in the game. He's like so far into it. I sit behind his ear. I go, "Are you winning, son?
Are you winning, lad?"
Dad? Uncle Benny?
Benny Hinn? Benny Hinn, is that you?
It is my child.
Are you here to mix me up? Are you here to mix me up a food bucket?
Give me a $2,000. I'll kill your cancer.
I'm just waiting for like Ian to get to one part. Ian just gets to one part where it's like a little bit intense. He's trying to hide in like a fucking locker or some shit, gun pointed forward, and just from the fucking doorway, "You got a tight little man pussy on you, don't you, boy? It stinks. Nice and good."
Nice and good. Bro, is that Meat Canyon? I would love to play a Meat Canyon horror game. Oh my god.
Just hiding in the fucking locker, Bugs just walking in front, slowly turns toward you, and before opening it, just so you know you're fucked, he just does that audio.
To make sure I'm my blood taste is as terrified as possible.
Oh, all right, is there any more questions you
Yeah,
got
I'm
for us,
definitely
good
down
sir?
for that. Oh yeah, let me check here. But yeah, I'm down for that as a shenanigan. We should try to get that going within the next 2 or 3 weeks if you guys are down. And actually, that is it. Allow me to tally up and see who won. It's Ryan.
6-4, I believe.
I didn't look that deep, but yes, it's somewhere around there. Justin did good. His laggy Wi-Fi was the downfall of him, I must say.
Yeah, it was 100%. I guarantee though, when we edit this, when I edit this, I guarantee there'll probably be times where like it's out of sync so bad that like it sounds like I did it first instead of Ryan.
When you edit it, it'll
Perhaps.
make it look like you won, yeah.
Woo, yeah,
Fucking
I won,
Chinese
yeah,
spyware
congratulations. Yeah,
bullshit.
I'm keeping that for the edit. Thank you.
Do it however you will. But yeah, that's all I got. I tried last time I did an episode. I started off like, yeah, I've got, a lot of small topics we can move through quickly. And then I had like 8 topics we spent 20 minutes on a piece. So I tried to keep this one. I wanted it to be an hour, and it ended up being around an hour unless you guys have anything else to talk about.
I've got one thing to talk about.
We can talk about we can talk about the fact that Canada gave a medal to a Nazi.
Oh.
Did they really?
All right.
Yeah, they gave a full they had Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, come over to do a speech, and immediately following him, they got a quote-unquote Ukrainian who fought against the Russians in World War II. Gave him like a honors ceremony and sent him on, because he was a Canadian citizen at the time. What they didn't know is that he was a Canadian citizen specifically because he was a member of the SS, helped with the Holocaust and shit like that, and then fled to Canada after the war.
Oh my god.
Leave it to Canada to be so polite that they're nice to a Nazi.
Oh my god.
Like, I can only imagine. Just got the bad one out of the way, because like we were talking about when it came to mine, it was like a slow week. That had happened like a day or two before we recorded my episode. We just didn't fucking know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, yeah, he was a member of the SS, so not only did he just follow orders, he made some up along the way.
Good
That is
job,
absolutely
Canada.
degenerate.
You're doing great. We love
So,
everything
yeah.
about you. I do love your poutine, though. That's pretty good.
That poutine be hitting pretty well.
Yeah, poutine's pretty
That's good
good.
food.
Thank you, Canada, for that
So
one.
yeah. Just wanted to give a shout out to Justin Trudeau and the rest of Canada for giving an award to a member of the SS. I'm glad I don't live there. Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
So a teaser trailer had just came out for something amazing, something spectacular, and it looks fucking great. Boys, it is the
Okay.
Toxic Avenger remake.
Justin, I haven't seen the original.
All right, well, I haven't seen the original either. You're flying solo on this one. Actually, good night, everybody.
Oh,
No,
hold
wait,
on,
no, wait.
hold
Let him
on.
cook. Let him cook.
How about this? How about I send you guys the link, or you guys look it up for the trailer, and we react to it together. I am super fucking excited for this movie. Now, granted, I am a huge
well, I
fan of
mean-
the original.
I would like to just go over to your house and see the first one before I know anything about the remake.
Oh, well, all right. Well, we do that then. But anyway, yeah, we'll do that. But I will say this, though. I'm so happy because I thought at one point they announced that the remake was going to be PG-13, which does not fit the Toxic Avenger at all. Like, the Toxic Avenger is so fucking rank. It's so terrible with what happens in that film. Like, it would not pass today. It would not. So this remake is a welcome addition to it. And I saw the teaser for it, and it came out that it's going to be rated R.
Is that the movie that you said was like the poster child for indie horror?
Pretty much, yeah. Like it was one of the. Okay, so it was made by the film studio Troma, which I love Troma. They make some of the worst Z movie films of all time, but some of them are really fucking good. And Toxic Avenger is up there. And anyway, yeah, like, I saw the teaser and it's rated R. Like, thank God it's rated R. And it's okay. To put it in perspective, the Toxic Avenger is like this this mutant hero born out of toxic waste, right? And in the original film, he's this tall motherfucker. He's so massive. He's so powerful, right? I want you guys to guess who's playing him in the remake.
Vin
Seth
Diesel?
Rogen.
Seth Rogen, please.
Peter Dinklage.
What?
Yes.
Is that a meme?
That's real. But here's the thing though, that kind of comedy fits so well with Trauma. Like it really does.
Okay, so it's like self-aware.
I want to.
Yeah, it's very self-aware.
I want to see this now, just to see Peter Dinklage, like killing people. I guess.
Like it's
Be
in
amazing.
the teaser. Hold on, I gotta find this thing. Like you have to witness this
Dun, dun,
teaser
dun.
with me. It's so fucking amazing. Hold
We
on.
will watch Toxic Avenger 1, and then we will watch the teaser for the remake.
Hold
Okay,
your
we'll do
horses,
that
good
You
then.
don't have
sir.
to worry about it.
It's so fucking good. Like it's at first I was so terrified of it because I thought, oh my god, because it's made by legendary studios, the same people who made what's that film called? They made the new Godzilla films for America, and they also made what's that one with the big giant fucking robots and the big giant monsters fighting each other?
Pacific Rim.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
But this film, it just
Wait, so it's going from Z tier up to like S tier?
yes, like it's. Oh, I'm so excited for it. It kills me that when I saw the teaser, and I'll say this, like when they show the silhouette of the Toxic Avenger, he's just like 3 feet tall.
Well, like it'll like mean more to us when
Beautiful.
when like we see the movie. I will get in my car right after this podcast, go over to your house to watch the movie if that is what you want. I will watch the film whenever you want.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, like,
we'll schedule it sometime. But also another actor in the film that I did want to bring out, Elijah Wood.
Who that? Oh, is that Frodo?
I can't remember who that is off the top of my
That's
head.
Frodo.
Is
That's
that
from
Frodo
Lord of the Rings.
Baggins? Is that Frodo Baggins? Is that Frodo?
Ian, are you okay?
Is that Frodo?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
Frodo.
that's Frodo, my good sir. Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
Yay! 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 Okay, go
But
on.
no, like,
You
but no,
take
we
a
have
crayon.
to see the first film. We have to see the teaser, and I want the three of us to go to the theaters and watch this film because it's coming out in theaters, and I can't wait to see this shit.
Oh, bro, I'm
You
down.
sound so happy and so
I
excited.
am. I'm so happy because I was so upset because I mean, when they announced the remake, I'm like, there's no way you can remake the Toxic Avenger. There's just it's too un PC. Like it's non PC. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I remember you talking about it back in like 11th grade.
like there's so much offensive shit in that film, but it's so fucking wonderful. And when I saw the teaser, I'm like, oh, they at least kept the shock value in it. It's so good.
I personally am down to go see the remake as well. When does it come out?
Fuck, give me 1 second. Because the release date's been kind of everywhere because they've been sending the film to film studios and they haven't really like said anything about it. Let's see here. Because for a while there, the film was in fucking limbo. Let's see here. Yeah, so it premiered at the Fantastic Fest on September 21st, 2023. So there's no actual official release date for worldwide theaters yet.
So it's still pretty early in development then.
Yeah, but like it's, god damn, I can't get over how good it is. I can't.
well-
I can't.
Yeah. We will get something together to go watch the original Toxic Avenger at your place. It'll be fine, and then afterwards we'll all look at and see the teaser trailer.
Did you say like there's a new like Lord of the Rings movie coming out with Frodo? Is that what we're talking about?
If Frodo's the villain, then
I'm-
yes.
Yes, Ian.
Okay. I just want to make sure that that's what was happening, so I didn't get like all hyped up and then get disappointed later.
Yeah. It actually follows Frodo and Gimli's like bastard child.
Hey, Frodo, this butt is hitting pretty good, lad. I've got mental images now in the podcast, in the show.
Yeah, that's good night, everybody.
Is that it?